Hey everyone, my name is David Rao, and I'm the music teacher who blogs at makemomentsmatter.org. You can also find my ideas on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, a variety of places when you search for my name, David Rao, or Make Moments Matter. I'm excited to be sharing tonight. I'm going to be talking about a song that I use for older grades that includes a hand clapping game. I'm going to be talking about that in just a minute. But before I do, let me talk about all the stuff that you might need to know along the way. So if you hear me talk about the links page, a place where I keep links to articles, resources, books, things that I talk about in these videos, it's probably linked there so you can go find those things yourself whenever you'd like. You can click the link directly to that on whatever you're watching, listening this video podcast. Or you can go to my blog, makemomentsmatter.org, and click the video tab to find all of those links. One other thing, if you want to not hang out with me virtually, if you want to hang out in person and see an actual workshop in person, you can. I have a couple coming up this week. This Friday, Saturday, I'm going to be at the Ohio Music Educators State Convention, and that will be this Friday, Saturday, the 2nd and 3rd of February. Next week, I'm going to be at the Oklahoma ORF chapter, and that's just north of Oklahoma City. That's on February 10th. At the end of the month, February 22nd and 23rd, I'll be in New Jersey at the New Jersey Music Educators Association Conference. And then if you are like a big time planner, in March, in late March, in March 23rd, I'm going to be with the Greater Augusta ORF chapter. I'm excited to be with them. They are a very new chapter, so if you are in that area of Georgia or you want to come down to South Carolina, come on down. We're going to have a great time. That's March 23rd. Okay, so today I want to talk about a song that I use for older grades, and as a hand clapping game. I want to talk a little bit about it today so you can see how you can change and edit the song depending on your needs and how you make it work for kids. So the song that I'm going to talk about today is Crosstown, or some people know it as When Billy Was One. And so I'm going to talk about that and just share a little bit about how I teach through the process of that and what that involves for me. So I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but when I come back from winter break, when I come back from summer break, when we come back from winter break, I want to have songs that the kids are excited about, that they have fun with, that we can integrate some musical concepts or challenge them a little bit, but mostly I want them to be excited to be coming back to music. I don't want to come in and be like, okay, and now we're going to pull up this worksheet and do, that's not where I want the lesson to go. So I want them to have a little bit of fun. And so in these first couple lessons, I am doing things that are maybe a little more active, or including those games, or going back to things that, again, maybe aren't too crazy hard or anything like that, but are fun and that they can latch onto. So this is a fun song. I think you could do it with a variety of grades depending on how you use the hand clapping game. So this song is called When Billy Was One, and it's very, very simple. Oh, and before I even jump into that, I learned this song from Amy Abbott at a Kodai workshop several years ago. And her notes from that workshop, I was telling my student teacher today, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've used every single song that she shared in that workshop so many times over the years. I've used so much from her. And I know that many of y'all know me as an ORF person, and I teach ORF levels in the summer, and I resonate with that. But I loved this Kodai workshop. It was so great, and I think Amy is just such a rock star. So I have to credit her. This is where I heard it, but she mentioned that she found it in a couple books. She's found it online. I've done a little bit of research online, and I found it has a long lineage, so you can find it in a lot of different places. But that's where I learned it. I learned it from her, and I think you can probably find it on her website, Music a la Abbott, I think. But I'll look for that and add that to the links page if I can find that. Okay, so, and also, I don't know who needs to hear this, but because I sort of, I do more ORF stuff, and I spend a lot of time using pitched percussion instruments and non-pitched instruments and all sorts of moving and also the ORF-y sort of things. I was talking with my student teacher this week about, when you're getting ready to teach a song to kids, how do you find a pitch to make sure that the song you're about to sing is in the right key, or it's going to be in a comfortable singing range. And I talked about, it's okay to go, sit at the piano and find a starting pitch or grab an ukulele or whatever. And I also said you can grab a tuning fork, and you can play that. And, we talked through like how you find the pitch and, how you might use that. And I actually got my master's degree in choral conducting. So like for many years, I would just walk around with a tuning fork in my pocket or in my backpack or wherever, and I would frequently, like throughout the day, like test to try and like improve my relative pitch, and I got pretty good at it. But I would use these all the time, and that was like before I came to the world of elementary music, and then I came to elementary music and realized it was like a Kodai thing, or a lot of Kodai teachers use it, and I got the kind of version that you can like put on that comes on a strap that goes around your neck and all of that. And so I was talking with her about this, and she was like, okay, so I could like get my pitchfork and get the starting pitch. And I was like, okay, I forever am going to refer to this as a pitchfork, but it's a tuning fork. And so, but anyway, I thought I would mention that since I just gave the nod to Kodai and Amy, I thought I would mention. Well, so anyway, if you want a pitchfork, you can get many different versions. And there is a version I got from West Music for like, I don't know, less than $10, I think, that comes on a little purple strap, like a lanyard thing that can go around your neck, so you always have available. But you can always just get them and put it in your pocket or put it on your teacher desk or whatever. So that was a fun moment to talk about with my student teacher. Oh, okay. Well, also, just in case you want to know, so you can just tap this on a knuckle, a desk, whatever. I saw people who tap it on their head, and you can either listen to the sound that it makes, or on the other end of the pitchfork, the tuning fork, is usually this little rounded end, and you can put it right on your, like right in front of your ear, right where like your ear sort of meets your cheek, basically, and right there, it just like those, those bone conduction headphones now, they like sit right here and they like vibrate, and you can hear it in your inner ear, and you can hear it in your, and it doesn't close up your ear passages. Why can't I think of the word right now? Your ear canal. You can do, those headphones that go over the top. Well, guess what? You can do that with a pitchfork too. And if you tap it to make it vibrate, you can put it right there, and you can hear it a lot better than if you just like listen to the tines vibrating. So if you like actually put that rounded part on your ear, you can hear a lot better, in case you've never used a tuning fork before. Okay. Okay, so this song, the way I learned it goes like this. Crosstown when Billy was 1, he learned to suck his thumb. Thumb-de-ola, 1:30. That's the first verse. I'm just going to stop there and say there are about a bajillion versions of this. I learned thumb-de-ola, but you could do thumb-de-ana, thumb-de-ana. I've seen a lot of versions online that do that. There's another one's like thumb-ole-ole, 1:30. And even that, you don't even have to use learn to suck his thumb. There's also learn to jump and run. There, like, you can change whatever, as long as it rhymes with one, like that's the important part. And then the other thing is just nonsense words, so it doesn't really matter. But I'll just say, I'm going to do learn to suck his thumb and thumb-de-ola. That's the version I learned from Amy. Okay, so let me sing that again. Crosstown when Billy was 1, he learned to suck his thumb. Thumb-de-ola, 1:30. And then, of course, it builds and goes on. So when I teach students this, I actually sing that first part. I have them just learn it. I usually teach it by rote, or I usually don't put anything up on the board at this point. And I just teach them that part. I have them sing it back to me. And we just learn the first verse through. No actions, no nothing, just words. And then I put up a list on the board, and it says like 1-thumb, 2-shoe. And I said, so if I were to change the words, Crosstown when Billy was 2, what do you think is going to happen with the next part? And they're like, he learned to tie his shoe. Yes, he learned to tie his shoe. What else needs to change then? Well, because first we had thumb-de-ola, so next one needs to be shoe-de-ola, shoe-de-ola. Yep. So verse 2, it's not like this. Crosstown when Billy was 2, he learned to tie his shoe. Shoe-de-ola, 2:30. What do you think is going to happen for verse 3? And then I have up there 3-knee. Or I think the version I do, there's the version that scraped his knee, but I think that actually the version now I'm singing, I'm like, wait, no. I have 3-tree. And so, Crosstown when Billy was 3, he learned to, what? What do you think would be tree? And they're like, climb a tree. Yes. Climb a tree, tree, deola tree. And then 4, I just put up door, 4-door. And they're like, open. I was like, we could. Crosstown when Billy was 4, he learned to open the door. Or, what if we learned to shut the door? I'm like, oh, shut actually probably works better. And I was like, just yesterday I was out in the hallway and all the band lockers were out there and all the band kids came through and they took all their instruments and they left the doors to all the cabinets open. So I guess they need to go back and learn to shut the door. I guess they only did open the door. We should do shut the door. So I just make a little joke about that and we do shut the door. And then 5, there are a lot of different versions for 5. You could do learn the hand jive, learn to jump and dive. That's another fun one. But whatever you want to do. Anyway, in the first day, I just teach basically the first verse. I have them make sure they know that. And then I put up on the screen 1-thumb, 2-shoe, 3-tree, 4, whatever, just so they can figure out, okay, we have the basic framework of the song. Here's how it varies through each verse. And here's what we change. And then we just sing through it with the anticipating, like, what would you do to change the words? I think you could add the other things a lot in like hand clapping games right away, but I want them to have the foundation of knowing the song, because I hate when they, like if you go to a workshop or you teach in your classroom, you see this happen to kids where they're like trying to do the thing, but they're also trying to turn and look at the screen because they don't know what's going on or they don't know the words. So I want kids to have a firm foundation of the song and the words before I have them do like a hand clapping thing. What I would add at this point when we sing through all 5 verses, once we've sort of talked through, is I just have them pat a steady beat. So they like pat, clap, and they could do something. Crosstown when Billy was 2, he learned to tie his shoe. Shoe deola, half past 2. Crosstown when Billy was 3. And that's another reason I want them to sing through all of this before we add in the hand clapping game, is because that really tricky pickup, that really pickup into the next verse, half past 2, Crosstown when Billy was 3. If they don't have that before they add in the hand clapping, they probably won't get that. So I want them to have that in their head and ready to go, so that they know it, so they know it as we're adding in the newer stuff. Okay, so that's what I do first. I only do 1 to 5, and we do just a steady beat, patting and clapping, patting our knees, clapping our hands, in the basic part of this song. And then I say, okay, now you need to find a person to work with. And so they stand up and they find a person, and I say, okay, we're going to just change one thing. Crosstown when Billy was 1. And I show them the sort of patty cake action, and we change sort of the frequency. So instead of just pat, clap, it's going to be clap right, clap left, clap right, clap left, clap right. Just that to start. Just that's all we're doing. So it's going to look sort of like that. It's Crosstown when clap right and clap left, clap right, clap left, clap right and clap left, clap right, clap left, clap right and clap left, clap right and clap left, clap right, clap left, clap right, clap left. And I just walk through that. By the way, if you are listening to this as a podcast, that version of me singing the clap right, clap left, that was for you because I know you can't see the actions if you are partaking this as a podcast. So that enjoy. Okay. So, but I just do a super basic version. I say, but you know what? We can do more. Well, I make sure that they know how to do all of that. And then I say, oh, but we could do more, because actually the song says at the end, Crosstown when, but actually the version I learned is Crosstown. But a lot of the versions say cross down, because that actually is teaching the kids what the actions are doing. So I think cross down is actually more accurate for like the original version of the song, for the words. I don't know, I just learned it Crosstown, so you could do it either way. But the action we add there is you cross your arms over your torso, so your right hand is touching your left shoulder and your left hand is touching your right shoulder. So that's cross. And then down, you pat your knees when you clap your hands. Because the tricky thing about this song is that it has that pickup. It has that sort of anacrusis into the main verse. So when you do when Billy was they have to know to start the clapping and patting or the partner work not on Crosstown when, because it won't work there. It has to be Crosstown when Billy was one. So it has to be Crosstown when clap right, clap left, clap right, clap left. Okay, so what we're adding here is Crosstown when Billy was one. So it's going to be cross your body, pat your knees, clap your hands, and then you do partner work. So the whole thing with partners at the beginning goes Crosstown when right and the left and right and left and right and left and. So that's the whole thing that we add, and that's day 1 for me. And we just do verse 1 to 5, and we do just those basic actions. And for kids, that is tricky enough depending on what grade you're doing this with and how ready they are to learn, how early it is, whatever, so some kids that's enough. When they come back, and when we come back to this song, we add more. So we can add more verses, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there are various, again, this song is pretty old, so there are different ways you can say this. So some people do when he was 6, he learned to pick up sticks. That is like, tried and true, what rhymes with 6, right? I have never liked 7 and heaven. I'm always like, he learned to go to heaven or whatever. I don't feel like it rhymes all that well. Like, it's like we're quickly trying to get things in, but like what rhymes with 7? And then it's always like, what, did he die? I don't want to, it's like why are we getting into this? So, I always sing, when Billy was 7, he met his best friend Kevin. I don't know. It just seems to work better. He learned how to go to heaven or whatever. Like, I don't deal with that. But anyway, I like the idea that like he made a friend when he was 7, which is around kindergarten time. So like, great. So that's 7. 8, he learned to shut the gate. 9, he learned to climb a vine. Wait, I know another version of that. That's 9. I don't remember. I'll try and track that down, what the other one is for 9. And then Billy was 10. He learned to say the end. Endiola, endiola, half past 10. And so then how do you end? Is what I learned was endiola, endiola, half past 10, the end. And you do like cross your body again, like you're doing cross down, and you just stop on the down. So cross hands over your torso, down on the pat. You can even do half past 10, cross down. And that can be your ending for the song. Like I said, there are many, many, many different versions of this. So however you decide to do it, you can do. Now, on that like second day, we add up to 10 things. And if that's all they can handle that day, great. But there is an advanced version to the actions. And I don't teach it the first day because I want them to just get, again, I want them to get the song. I want them to get the partner clapping and to not be stressed out by anything else. I just want them to have fun with this. So that's what I do basically on the first day. But there is another set of actions you can do. So far we have cross down when Billy. So it's cross your body, pat your knees, clap your hands, and a right clap and left clap, right clap, left clap, right clap and left clap, right clap, left clap, right clap and left clap, right clap and left hand, right clap, left clap, right clap. Cross your body, pat your knees, clap your hands, and that's a lot of clapping right, clapping left, clapping right, clapping left. That's a lot of the same action. So the alternate version is a little bit trickier. And the first way you could jump right into here's the trickiest thing. I sort of level myself or scaffold myself in. So the way that I do it is cross down when right clap, left clap, both clap, clap, right clap, left clap, both clap, clap. So the actions are take both your hands and pat both your partner's hands twice, both, and clap your own hands twice, clap, clap. So when I sing this, the first time it goes, Crosstown when Billy was 2, he learned to tie his shoe. bum, bum, shoo-dee-o-la. And then back to right and left and right and left and then crosstown when. So it goes, that action is partner clap, clap your own hands, clap your own hands. That's the first variation. And they do that through once, twice, great. If they can handle that, great. That's not the final version, but that's like the first change out of what they have been used to. So it's not just right and left forever. Let me do that one more time. Crosstown when right and a left and right. Oh, sorry. Okay, rewind. This is like real classroom because I messed it up. Try it again. Crosstown when right and a left and both clap. Right and a left and both clap. Right and a left and right and a left and right and left and right. Crosstown when. Okay, so that's the first time. But if you want to be like super duper fancy, you can do this. Cross down when right and a left and back of your hands, front of your hands, clap. So back of my hands touch the back of my partner's hands, both hands. It's the same as both, only instead of both with palm, it's back, palm, clap. Right and a left and back, palm, clap. So it's going to go cross down when right and a left and back, palm, clap. Right and a left and back, palm, clap. Right and a left and right and right and left and right. Cross down when right and a left and back, palm, clap. Right and a left and back, palm, clap. And this is too much for some kids. So for some kids, they are all about it. They're excited. They love the challenge. And some kids are like, no, can I do the original one? Sure, but along the way, they've seen many different variations. And so if I'm not like, no, everyone must get to endpoint 3.72 Mark 1. No, I don't do that. So for me, I show them the different variations. I ask them to do it through a couple times. Then I say, try it once, see how it works with the piano or with, whatever, if I'm playing ukulele or whatever I'm doing that day. And then I say, okay, now choose your favorite because we're going to do the song one more time. We're going to go verse 1 to 10. Try and keep up. Do your best. If you want to do the super advanced back, front, clap, back, palm, clap, you can. If you want to do both clap with just palms out, cool. If you just want to stick with just right and left, try and keep up. So I let kids differentiate like that and decide if they want to do the more advanced clapping or the less advanced clapping. Again, totally... I show it. That is kind of like an ORF thing, though. It's like I'm showing kids all the things and then I'm letting them kind of decide what it is. But they've seen and tried and learned all the parts. So if I ask them to try and do it, they should know what it is and be able to try and do it. But if they can't exactly get all those parts, it's fine. I let them choose the more simplified pattern. So if they want to differentiate and choose the easier pattern, that's fine. If they want to challenge themselves and do the trickier pattern, great. Other things you can do in this lesson, if you want to add a little variety, you can have them switch partners at some point. You can do, switching partners is tricky for kids because they get so used to working with that one person. And so then maybe a hand is not exactly where they expected it to be when they try and pat in the air and they accidentally start smacking each other in the face. That's fun to watch, but it's not, kids have to adjust. And, switching partners is a really great thing. Changing the speed at which you're singing or playing along, if you're accompanying, that's a really great thing so they can get a variety of tempo. You can do different versions of the words. You can have kids come up with what rhymes with the things. It might get a little dicey, but you can, and that can be fun too. So there are a lot of different things you can do with this song. On the links page, I added a link to Beth's notes with the notation of this song. I'll try and see if Amy has it on her blog, and I'll link that too if I can find it, because I learned it from Amy Abbott. But on the links page is a link to the notation to Beth's Notes Plus. Also, there's a link to 2 videos of 2 different ways to do this, where you could either do it with a partner, so what I just showed you, the partner clapping version, or if you want to do it like kids by themselves. When Billy was 2, he learned to tie his shoe. Just like actions that match the words. That's another option if you don't want this to be a partner clapping song. I found a video with those up there. And also I found a really cool link to Pancoco Jams, which is a cool website that talks about like the history of songs and how they develop and change over time. And it talks about this song and how it's related to like 1 or 2 other songs that also have that like growing up sort of content where it's like age 1 they do this, age 2 they do this, age 3, and it sort of compares them and talks about how they're similar or different, which is it's really cool if you want to nerd out in the history of this song and see what other songs are kind of like it or not like it, because the research on the website sort of talks about like they maybe are from the same like original song, they branch out from the same original song, so that's sort of cool to look at too. So I put that on the links page if you're interested. Okay, well, that's all for today. If you want, I hope that I can see you in person if you're around. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be around a lot in the spring and doing a lot of different workshops. So come and join us this week at Ohio Music Educators. Next week I'll be at Oklahoma Orff on Saturday, February 10th. I'll be at New Jersey Music Educators the end of February, and then Greater Augusta Orff chapter on March 23rd. And I hope that I'll see some of y'all out there in the wild, in person, and share some lessons with you then. All right, until then, I'll see y'all next week, hopefully, for another Musical Mondays video. Good night, everyone.